I can if you need.
We live.
Check. We live. All right, clap it up. Get a load of hand. Let the algorithm run. They say give it a few minutes before you go start going in. So everybody, prepare your stories. Any questions that you may have. Any questions? Lord willing, Captain I.S.U.P.K be in. Captain 13,000, Captain I.S.U.P.K be in, and we can get me to answer all your questions. If I have something of me, you can ask. If it's on topic, give it a few more minutes. Let it circulate. Yanazar, can you hear me loud and clear?
Their device got disconnected, but I can hear you, sir.
Okay, most high in Christ. How you doing, Yerma? Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, Shalom, y'all. All right, give a few more minutes. I don't know how many other brothers supposed to be coming in. I don't know if Charlotte or Trinidad, Jamaica. I'm not sure how many other brothers coming in. That we're gonna get to it. It's been 2 minutes. About 2 minutes. All right. So wait till it hit that one day. We're gonna rock and roll. 7:21. We good? 7:21. All right, let's go. Shalom. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Brakathum to the Akim. Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. Once again, we are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operating under Commanding General YAHANNA. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. What is the truth? The so-called Black Hispanic State of Indians, descend from the greatest people that ever walked the face of the earth. That's right. In 2023, there's nothing more important than us understanding our heritage and where we come from as a nation of people. That way, we'll no longer walk around calling ourselves African Americans and all the other names under the sun that we accept, but not knowing our true identity according to the Bible. You understand? That's very important to knowing who you are and where you're going. So Yanazar is already, Yanazar back in here, okay. So y'all know how I like to do it. These hot topics is going crazy. So what are some of the hot topics that's going on the earth today? Baba Kushar. Anybody got anything? Yeah. I got one. Well, what about let's go ahead and do it since it's all over the damn, shade room and every damn thing else. We're talking about T.I. and his son King. You understand? So with that being said, anybody had a chance to see the video yet? You haven't seen the video since? You seen the video? What's in the video?
Sir, I've seen the video.
What you got?
2 things. Those are the football game, of course. Privileges of T.I. They get the red carpet service. They in the skybox in the Atlanta Falcons game, whatever. Little ugly, his little son get to tripping, talking about something he from the hood and all this stuff. His parents are joking with him at first, tell him he's not from the hood. You had a silver spoon in your mouth. He gets mad and starts flexing on him, and it gets ugly. He disrespects his mom and embarrasses the family. So T.I. put hands on him, told him to calm down. Now, the dialogue, I'm paraphrasing, of course, a lot more was said during that moment, but the takeaway was that his son was acting real ungrateful and talking as if he's from the hood, but everybody knows he's a celebrity child. He had a whole TV show where it documented his life for a couple seasons, T.I. and Tiny's, whatever it's called, T.I. and Tiny's Big House or something.
Right.
So it's funny that these old clips of the TV show where he grew up on are resurfacing, where he's crying, acting like a little baby in a big mansion, sucking his thumb. He's whining, asking his dad about getting a record deal. He's fighting with his brothers in this big, huge mansion.
Right.
Their Christmas tree was the size of the one in New York City.
Macy's.
Yeah, Macy's Day.
Yeah.
Macy's
the Trump
Day.
Towers.
Yeah. So it's funny
Christmas
to see.
tree.
Yeah, Trump Towers. So it's funny to hear this kid who is talking about how he's so hood and he got roaches and all this stuff. He got a bando, but he grew up. His dad's a multimillionaire,
right.
Platinum selling artist. And last thing, it was funny that when in that TV show, there was one scene where he was going back and forth with his dad about wanting to rap. Mm-hmm. His dad was telling him, "Go to school, boy. You're young, go to school, get education, get out the mud. When you start working and write music, then I'll see your potential. He was expecting his dad to give him a record deal straight off the bat. And he started crying. And guess who was there to coddle him? His mama, grandma, auntie. That proved exactly what was happening in the skybox.
Right.
All the women was like, baby, it's okay. And dad was like, hell no, boy. Be a man. That T.I. was being a father, and he rejected his father.
And mama comes saving him like she's always done.
Mama and grandma.
I'm gonna tell you what I seen, and we're gonna hold it because I'm sure the general's gonna get all the way into it. But just as I want to speak to the fact of how we act as Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. What we seen is a microcosm of what we have to deal with from day to day as Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. I mean, you can fight your whole life to escape the neighborhood that you live in, the community, the so-called hood or the ghetto, only to be faced with what the Lord says is going to happen if we don't have the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? So you may raise a family up with the riches of this world, you know what I'm saying, with the wealth of this world, with all the materialistic things of this world, but they don't guarantee that your child is going to be respectful at the end of the day. You understand? You give all these gifts to your children, Christmas, right? That doesn't guarantee that your child is going to be respectful at the end of the day. You do all this hard work and buy into the aspect of the things this empire says that is important, right? They says education is important. Well, if you go get educated, you can then in turn be able to work a specific slavery, which would turn around specific funds. But that's not a guarantee that your children are going to turn out respectful. You understand? That's not a guarantee that your children are going to be morally sound. You understand? You can have all this wealth, all these finances, and what is boiled down to me is no matter what you give these children, if you don't raise them with knowing the law, statutes, and commandments and knowing how important it is to serve the Lord, nothing else matters in the earth. It's all a gimmick, you understand? And it's very fragile because the minute something like somebody doesn't show you gratitude, give you the thing you think you're supposed to have, then you turn on it. It's no different than you having a best friend, and guess what? You having a birthday party, right? And your best friend said, I can't make it to the birthday party. What happens? That'll be the end of that relationship in the world. You get what I'm saying? Because you want your best friend to come to your birthday party. But what if your best friend said, no, I'm not coming to your birthday party? That could be the end of that relationship. They can be like, who she thinks she is? She thinks she better than me? You ever heard that before, sis? You get invited somewhere and you just can't make it, and somebody think that you decided to do it because of some reason. Well, let me tell y'all something. When you come in to serve the Lord, you're going to lose friends. When you come in to serve the Lord, you're going to lose family. You understand? But I'd rather lose friends and family serving the Lord than some trivial that's in the world. You understand? And what we see in a dispute between a father and son about somebody having a roach on their face and somebody didn't.
So like I said,
come on with it, Thaba One.
So like I said, if I could, what you bringing out is real heavy because you know what I see, and I'm gonna just throw a monkey wrench in the whole joint because like, you know, everybody looking at it like, okay, T.I., you know what I mean, his son being disrespectful. I didn't see the video, so I'm not saying the son wasn't disrespectful, and you know, in that he's not entitled, you know what I'm saying, to expect his son, you know what I mean, to conduct himself with a certain level of decorum. But if I could, we got to remember that T.I. created trap music, or is one of the originators or founders of trap music. He made his whole fortune basically telling everyone else how he got it out the mud, how he was in the trap house, how he was, you know, he was living in the projects and so on and so forth. And so now he sold that to our children, but his son, he wants him to, you know, be the good old, you know, private school boy. But his son is saying, well, Dad, I mean, you're cool. Everyone loves you. You sold drugs. You was in the trap house. They're not gonna respect me because I'm super smart and I went to school. No, they gonna love me for whatever they loved you for. So without this truth.
And so, like, what happened to the age-old thing about the apple don't fall too far from the tree?
Right.
Isn't that what T.I. should have wanted? If you want to live on your legacy and you want to build that thing about the family of trappers, ain't that something he should be glorified?
Right.
Why would you try to bust your son out? So that only leads me to one conclusion. The things that they tell us to rap about, the things that are put in the music, the lifestyle that they glorify in front of us, that's letting me know that the parents, the fathers and the mothers that is perpetrating this image to the entire earth do not want that for their children.
That's
you know
right.
who else said that? Who also said that? What's her name? Cardi B. Cardi B.
God.
It's what we're dealing with is the truth of what this life really is. Everything that we see and glorify is all fake. The only thing is real in this earth is the truth. And if we're not teaching our sons and daughters how to serve the Lord and keep the law, statutes, and commandments, they will embarrass you. You understand? Right. You may have to put them in the goddamn headlock. You understand? All those things gonna come to pass because we don't love the Lord. We're choosing our sons and daughters over serving the Most High. Right. And then you throw drugs in there. You throw the Christianity in there. Because I'm quite sure that was somebody must have had the biggest Thanksgiving celebration on earth. And after the biggest Thanksgiving celebration on earth, y'all can't even love each other. Then what's the point of being thankful if you can't love each other?
Right.
Your son not even thankful for what he gave, but I'm sure he ate the goddamn turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm sure ham and ham hocks and dressing and macaroni and cheese. I'm quite sure T.I. had a spread. But yet and still, that still wasn't enough for your son to actually close his goddamn mouth when you tell him to.
Salakia, sir.
Come on with it, Yonazar.
You know, he forgot one golden rule, and that in parenting, you learn, or you better learn, that your children will do what you do faster than they'll do what you say.
God.
So he's been shown all manner of things. Like, I mean, just watching him on TV, we know that he's seen, the boy has seen all kind of things in show business. You understand? And the things that his father does outside of show business, I mean, outside of what we see. And so the son, he wants to be like the father regardless. So the more proof of who you are is what you do more than what you say.
I'm telling y'all, the Lord is allowing these things to happen in the earth for it to be an example for all of us what the truth really is.
Right.
That's what is happening. We've seen, just like I don't have any love for the Kardashian at all. Kim Kardashian, we know what she is, all right. But the one thing I will say, that when her daughter seen the video, they brought it up in school about her tape. You understand? Yeah, she broke down and she was completely destroyed. So that lets you know, like, if you're not living a morally sound life based on the law, statutes, and commandments, then guess what? You'll be an embarrassment to yourself later on in life. So all this pop locking and dropping it that they doing on TV right now, you imagine Sexy Red. She makes some cool music. I think like, damn, sister, she jiving, you know what I'm saying? She doing what it is that she like to do. I bet. Christianity music is way worse than any rap song you can ever think about. Rain Down on Me ain't got nothing. It's worse. You understand? But the fact that you, as a mother in motherhood, I think that's your time where you can separate yourself from being tied to the affairs of the world. If you're a pregnant mother, you know they're smoking weed. You know, so you know they're smoking cigarettes. You know, there are all type of things that are going on inside of these venues that this young lady is at. Well, she's pregnant and she's carrying a child. And she's going into these venues surrounded by all type of germs and chemicals and all type of things that are in the air, let alone the musical vibration and what it's doing to the child. And nobody is pulling her aside to taking proper prenatal care of that child. You understand? But these are the things that are pushed. So the next child or the next young lady that sees this on television, this young influential child at the age of 12, 13, 14 years old, you know what she's looking at? She may be a fan that's scared. But guess what she's going to try to emulate? She got to take it one step further. Maybe she won't have on the top. Maybe should have a belly out. Who knows what is next? You show your children an image of what you think they should live up to, and they'll exceed it. You understand? You're the baseline of what the starting point is for your children. Most High in Christ, that we're in here serving the Lord. So our children, you know what they'll remember? They'll remember things like the Passover. They'll remember things like the high holidays. They'll remember that. I remember my dad used to go out and had boots on ground when they raised up a city. I remember my father put oil on his head and they repeated the prayers to my father. You understand? That's something to look forward to. And you have to instill those things in a child early, man. How do children learn to walk? Do anybody know? Anybody know how children learn to walk? Come on, Quidon. They watch you walk. They emulate what they see. If they can't keep up with you, if a child can't keep up with you, what do they learn how to do real early? Run. You wonder why young kids be so fast, Black, Hispanic, Native Indian children be so fast? Because the parents are always going in and out of the door to these slaveries, either dropping them off with a grandparent, leaving. So the children always running to the door. They hear you pull up in the driveway in that Chevy with them doors. They run into the door. That's us. That's the spirit of young Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. I don't know what T.I. tried to check his son for. That's you. He's everything that you said in your music. He's everything that you said in your raps. He's everything that the trap represents. So you can put your son in a chokehold, but you can't talk about the destruction that your music has done in the community. But then you will say, well, I'm only preaching and teaching and speaking these lyrics based on my experiences in the hood. You understand? This is just an outward expression of what I've been through and who I am. That's it. I understand that, Mr. Harris, but you also begin to embellish yourself in that trap life too. You did. You did. And I get it. And what we're seeing is, like I said, T.I. and the little boy, whatever his name is, that happened in every black neighborhood you can ever think of, man. That father go to prison for 15 years. He come home and his son is trying to be like him. And blame all of that we see. We can blame it on rap music. We can blame it on the drugs. We can blame it on every damn thing in the earth. But go back to the root of it. You know what we have to blame it on? Christianity, you understand? Blame it on the goddamn oppressor. You understand? Because he put T.I.P. Harris in a position to make music like that. You understand? I remember back in the days on Fairburn Avenue, going down Fayetteville in Zone 4, Zone 3, seeing all the things, all the crack vials and all the dope and all the prostitution that's going on down there. Blame that on the oppressed in Christianity, you understand? If T.I. say he didn't know any better, well, brother, you're learning. And if it takes you this long to try to correct your son, I guess you're trying. But there's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it. And to learn how to do it, you have to come into the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? You understand? That's the only way you will learn how to raise that family out. You're not going to learn to raise that family. What moral values is T.I. going to instill in him after he put him in the headlock? Hey, son, man, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, you did. Man, you know, I used to drop you off at your grandma's house. Yeah, but you wasn't doing all that. Well, T.I., I remember you went at Charlotte for a long time when he said, well, goddamn, must be two sides. So, I mean, T.I., you must went out there in the streets either. Everybody know, man, that there is no future in being a gangster. You know, being a gangster is one way in, one way out. Unless you change your life. We really have to stand on knowing what this truth is. And every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian to learn that they're an Israelite and turn from the ways of the world, that's going to save your life. Not listening to rap music that's not what's going to save your life. You know, you people say, well, it's the music. Nah, it's not the music. It's not the music. You mean if you tell me something like music, it has a certain effect, but Go check out them oppressors. Go look at them oppressors. Like you said, figure out what's wrong with them. Because remember, they children sat and watched our grandfathers and grandmothers being hung. And they watched them hanging from trees. You understand? They seen the postcards that they sent to family members when they used to string us up. Did that have any effect on them and how they viewed us? Huh? If you're talking about how destructive our music has been to us, that's music. But what about what they do to us in the court system with the judges? What about the police? What about those World War I and World War II veterans? What about the Gulf veterans? What about the Iraqi veterans? What about the Afghanistani veterans? Did what they do have an effect on their families? Huh? Does war have an effect on their families? It does, right? So I would have to say the mindset that these devils have and how they treated us for hundreds of years. You don't think it had an effect on their children? It has. And we see it. That's why the scriptures say prepare slaughter. For the who? For the iniquities of who? The fathers. See, our children are paying from what we do from day to day. We see it. It's our job to correct them. But what we see in by the oppressor hands is something. Oh man, that's something right there. That's something. That's something. Because they eat, they live, they benefit, they profit. All the funds that they made off us during slavery is still circulating in their communities today. We understand as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, we have a lot to correct ourselves. But if we knew that we were the true children of the Lord, Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, Israelites, then we could fix ourselves if you leave us the hell alone. Right. Leave us the hell alone. We'll fix it. If you stop shadow banning our goddamn channels, then maybe this truth to go out. And what T.I. couldn't do, maybe the I.S.U.P.K will. You understand? Maybe these YouTube channels will go out and wake them the hell up, bunker, y'all. And you can listen to music like Captain Akkad. Huh? Captain Ty War. Like music that actually benefits and talk about the strength of Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, not our weaknesses. T.I. and all these trap boys and all this hip hop rap, they talk about a lot of our weaknesses that we have in our communities. That's what they're really saying. Don't have a father in the home. I had to sell dope. Now I got dope. Now I got me a fancy car. Those are all the weaknesses that are in our community. We talk about brotherhood in the brothers that rap in this school. Those are all our strengths. We talk about how to treat each other. That's all our strength. Aren't you tired of getting told about all the things you don't have? You know what I'm saying? Think about all the music. I'm looking for a six-figure, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, looking for a six-figure nigga, whatever they be saying, them girls be saying. You're looking for all of that. But just talk about the nucleus of a family. Just break it down and say, I'm looking for a leader of my household. Huh? That's something you don't hear about that in rap. Why? Because the oppressor does not allow it.
Right.
He don't allow it. I want to see some Garth Brooks and who are some of them damn countries? Give me some of them oppressors singing some of the music that they. Yeah, Morgan Wallace, Jason Aldean. Give me. See, they talk about the strengths in their music, right? Not in what is it? Not in the small. Try it in the small town. They talk about the strength in their communities, right?
Right.
We need to be talking about the strength in our community. You know what it is? Right. Brotherhood, sisterhood, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We have to begin to talk about those things so it becomes frequent to our ears. Right. Not our weaknesses. You listen to the music and we recognize whether a brother is real or not based on this crap that go on in the same neighborhoods. Why does King want to glorify growing up in the bando? So he can be a part of his so-called community. You understand?
Right.
You got to talk about the death in your neighborhood and how you came up out of the streets to even be accepted, to be a part of a community, to be a black man. If you talk too proper, I don't know about him, brother. Where you from? Where he from? And you know, you're properly educated. What's your dialect and your tone? Huh? You better not speak with too much, enthusiasm. We're expected to talk with our heads down. You see a brother walking around with like Yeremot with his chest out strong, raising his children, being a father to them, you understand? They're not expecting to see that out. Your brother's not expecting to see that. Your sister's not expecting to see that. First time you come around, you smelling good and you looking good. She say, "Oh, you look good. You smell good." Brother UPK just say, "Shalom, sis. I don't need that shit." Yeah. Tell me something I don't know. I put in work for this. You understand?
That's right.
You put in work for this, brothers. You understand? Don't give it away to a big booty and a smile. Don't give that away. Sisters, you put in work for this to change your life. Don't give it away. Don't try to pretend like you're something that you're not just so you can fit into the world. What it say? He that loved the world. Give me that he that loved the world. Baba Kushar. That's what we're seeing. I'm issuing a challenge to King right now. King Harris out there, you listening? I'm issuing you a challenge. Maybe you should put down the bando and not want to be like the world. This is my challenge. Maybe you could be something greater than your father. You don't have to live up to a standard that's ultimately going to cause you to be destroyed. You understand? You're trying to live to a standard that's going to get you shot at, young man King. You're trying to live to a standard that's going to get you in prison, young man King. Who don't know this already? All these young rap artists, they all get shot at. Oh, brother, I got shot 8 times. Look at these hoes right here. Look, they shot me right here. You ever heard a bullet go by your head before? Who gonna glorify that? Who wants to glorify that? We glorify the destruction in our communities, which are the weaknesses in our community. We have to stop those things. We have to begin to glorify the strengths in our community.
That's right.
What are the strengths that should be in every Black, Hispanic, and Native in the community? The law, statutes, and commandment. You understand? That's right. That's a brother that's in the I.S.U.P.K over every zone and just about every major city in the United States of America. I suggest y'all find them. Search out, seek out the Lord. Ain't that what it say? That's how you seek it out. You can't seek it out by trying to live to a standard that people are dying by. You understand? It's like going into a classroom and trying not to be educated. I don't understand that. I take that back. I do understand that. You know, when the teacher used to look around the room and be like, Jermaine, read the next paragraph. You just get up and go to the bathroom. Can I go to the bathroom? Because you don't want to read in front of nobody. When you can stand up and hear it, it's like this. You come into this school, brothers going to help you learn how to read. You understand? Not only are we going to help brothers learn how to read, we're going to help them fight their weaknesses. You understand? That's what makes the I.S.U.P.K so strong. Because we come in here as broken men and women. You understand? And in that year time, your whole life changed. Your whole mindset changed. The things you used to look up to and glorify, you like, what the hell was I thinking? Why did I do that? What the hell was I used to have on a party hat, Happy New Year, having sex with some random guy every year. He looked like he fun. He got big energy, ain't that what they say? And don't even know his brother's last name. We have to be ashamed of our weaknesses so we can be strong. But to look at ourselves in that goddamn mirror and say, self, you self. I have to do better. I have to fight for what is right. Let me seek out what that is. The problem is once we go seeking, you know what we bump into? Creflo Dollar. We bump into TD Jakes, TD Snakes. We bump into all these televangelists, and all they want to do is steal from the people. That's why Commander Jenny Hunter goes so hard and make sure we out on them streets or in these classes and teaching, trying to reach our people. Because without us, that's it. Who got that scripture for me, Baba Wishaw? Who had it? Love not the world.
The book 1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
Come on.
Love not the world,
Uh-huh.
neither the things that are in the world.
Uh-huh.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So you see that, right? What is it saying? Young man King, you are loving the things that are in the world. Your father loved the things in the world. And he realized, like, damn, I did this, and it was such not a good idea. He just like any other father, Kawal. He will hope and pray that his son does not follow his footstep. The only problem is, Tip, you glorified it at one point, brothers. And instead of you saying I was a wretched, low down, dirty, disgusting thing that I was, that what I did to the community. I get it. Nobody is expecting T.I. to change. If T.I. went to jail right now for some more guns, everybody would be like, yep, I knew it. You wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't. You'd be like, yeah, he know he had 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot out. And think about all the other stories that they came out about, all the sexual intense, episodes that they've had across the damn. Come on, man. What does it mean to love the world? What does it mean? How do you love the world? Come on. How do you love? If the scripture, read the scripture again for Don Baba Kushaw.
Come, it's the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Mm-hmm. Love not the world.
All right, so it says love not the world. Well, the only way to learn the opposite of that, you have to learn what does it mean to love the world then, right? So what does it mean to love the world? Come on.
Salakia, sir.
Sisterhood. Hold on, Salakia. Come on,
Apologize.
Who said that? Yanazar?
Come on,
Yanazar.
To love the world is to participate in the things that the world do that are against God. That's to love the world. To participate in all these things that are unlawful. And you love them by participating in them.
Right. So let's do this. Young man King may not understand that. So we were to be specific. What are some of the things that people do that they love doing in the world? What is it? Come on with it, Thaba One.
Salaki, sir. Captain Knight Doc is ready, sir.
Oh, most high in Christ. And with that, I'm gonna turn the class over and preach and prophet of the Lord, Captain of 13,000, Captain Knight Doc Bunyamin. Barak, how I see my
Yahaba Shimmy Shai Brakathum. Akim, you all hand, my good?
Yes, sir. Come on.
Okay, solid. Where we at? And Shalom Shema Taba Shimmy Shai to the sisters also too.
So like you said, we was going over what T.I. and his son King about the little episode that they had all over the internet. And also loving not the world. I don't want to like it. Yes, sir.
Solid. So since you was going over that, right? You all in the precept about how you should treat your kid. Any precept? Since you was going over that, right?
With a Spatterall sport a child.
Oh no, sir.
We can start there.
Okay, sir.
Come on.
Proverbs 22:6.
Mm-hmm.
It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. And that's it. And that's what you wanna. That's like the foundation in growing a child up, a boy or a girl. That's the foundation. Whatever you put in that child is what you're gonna get out when that child becomes a teenager, becomes an adult. That's what that child is going to become. You understand? And what T.I. did was put all the filth of the world into that child, and now he's getting the filth back out. And now he can't control the filth that's coming out. You understand? And too, you can clearly see it's you know what I mean, like he's trying to compete with his son in a type of way. You know what I mean? Watching that son, young and strong, wish he was that age right now. You understand? When he should look at that child as someone to carry on his name. But when you teach him, read it one more time.
Sir. Proverbs 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yes, he wouldn't depart from it. When you train your child up into what? Into Christianity and Islam, what's going to happen when you get older? What's going to happen when you get older?
He's going to be a Christian, sir.
Yeah, Christian, but he gonna be susceptible to almost everything on this planet. Meaning what? He's not going to follow dietary law. He's not going to follow any law, any type of law. You understand? So now he could be what? He could be someone who no, 1 minute. He could be someone who do what? Who does what? Who ends up in a strip club and thinks that he could just go to church on Sunday and that'll be it. Or a sister. You understand? And think that's be fine. Brother, I'm telling you, as a Christian, I don't know how much of you all, you know what I mean, how much of you all went through this. But I would always say to myself, I will enjoy life to the fullest. And on my dying bed, ask God for forgiveness and somehow make it to heaven. You understand? Enjoy life to the fullest. You understand?
Salakia, Cap.
Come on.
So that's crazy that you said that, because growing up they would do like little plays in the Christian church, and some of those plays would be about that, about you know being everything under the world, under the earth, under the sky, and then before you die, all you had to say was, "I accept you, Jesus, as my Lord and Savior," and that's it. That was the ticket out.
Yeah, that's I'm telling you, and you know what I mean, that, as I said, that was it. You in heaven, you know what I mean?
So like that, if I may,
come on.
I got another precept.
Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath.
For what?
Provoke not your children to wrath.
And this is the other thing also too, as a father, right? You cannot do what? You cannot provoke your children. What does it mean to provoke your children?
So like I don't want to
come on.
Them.
Yes. Give like what what's his name? What
T.I.
What T.I. and his wife was doing. They were agitating him. You understand? They were making him look as if they were trying to insult him, trying to make the boy look like he was this soft, you know what I mean, this soft, you know what I mean, boy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When you're provoking him, right?
So like sir,
come on.
They will call that term now gaslighting.
Yes.
And also too, it's crazy that people forget. Now we're talking about the statute of limitations on sex crimes. T.I. and Tiny, about a year or two ago, was just brought up on charges of sexually assaulting this female during the threesome by heavily drugging her and other women. They will meet strippers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And T.I.'s family, his sons had to wear that, meaning they go out in public, they got to hear your dad's a rapist and your dad's a sexual predator. Your dad did this, and you understand something. These celebrity kids, people already don't like them because they're rich. But imagine having to defend your dad and mom being on primetime news about them sexually assaulting and being freaks.
Right.
Being total freaks in the house, having threesomes and all that, and you got to go to school to hear this. That kid said something during that argument. He was like, "I know the real y'all." He was like, "You capping, you lying for the camera." I had to go through this, go through that. He wanted to say some stuff, but he couldn't.
Yeah,
he chose not to. I'll say that. I'm not saying this little bastard was right. I'm just saying that he had the experience being his father. His dad's a snitch. T.I. told. He took the stand and told on a man who killed his homeboy. He got caught with federal weapons and only did a year in prison. That little boy, he had to go through some stuff in the streets. Getting caught at your daddy a snitch. Your daddy ain't for Boulder Crest for real. Your daddy ain't sell dope. He had to wear a lot of that shame that T.I. should have. So I can understand his rage in the sense. So you're right.
Yeah. So that perfect scripture. So continue Bankayal.
Khan. But bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
All right. Bring them what? Up in what?
Bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
You understand? No, you have a child. Guess what's supposed to happen to your life now? What should happen to your life? What should happen? What should happen to your life?
So, like I say, you're supposed to change your life.
Yeah, if it's not on that path, you understand? You're gonna have to change your life because now you have a boy or girl that's looking up to you for what? For guidance. You understand? That child is looking to you. You know what I mean? You to that child, you are their superhero. That's how you are to a child. Right. You understand? You are their hero, right? Because when they're scared in the dark, who they're calling for? You understand? When they fall and hit the knee or hurt themselves, who they're looking for? When anything scares them, who they're looking for? You the hero. You understand? So now you have that responsibility, and you know what I mean, a heavy responsibility to own up to being a parent. You understand?
So, like you, sir.
Come on.
I have another precept, if I may.
Hold on 1 minute. Bankea, you finished with that one?
Khan, that's it, sir.
Okay, Tawada. Go ahead, Yanisa.
Proverbs 23:13. Withhold not correction from the child.
All right. Say that one more time.
Withhold not correction from the child.
All right. Withhold. Meaning what?
If he needs correction, then you have to give it to him. You have to give him correction when necessary.
Yes, you're going to have to. You're going to have to tell him, stop speaking right now. When adult's speaking, you shut up and listen. You understand? Or say, excuse me. You're going to have to teach him manners. You're going to have to correct that child. You understand? So many of us, all just think about your and this what I'm speaking about is pertaining to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Think about your hardest of the hard criminals. They were once what?
Children.
Or babies. Yeah. Who wouldn't harm a fly at? But something in their life put them on that path to being who they are at the end of the day before, you know what I mean, before they become criminal. You understand? Which means what? They didn't have that parentage. They didn't have the right parentage to put them on that path. You understand? And your oppressor, he knows it. And he put things in place. He creates a system where a boy will grow up without his father. Now, you grow up in your son's life, and your son still turn out to be a criminal, to be, somebody running the streets, is because you ain't grow up with the proper parentage. And it's like a domino effect. You ain't grow up with the right father, so guess what? What you inherit, more than likely, ain't gonna be right to push on to your son. You understand? That's why it's going to have to stop in here. You understand? You're going to have to come into the UPK and learn how to grow up your child. You're going to have to learn how to first grow yourself. You understand? And then teach your child, you know what I mean, how to grow, how to go about this life. Right? What did Christ say?
Salaki, sir.
What would T.I.'s son have to do to become somebody brand new? Come on.
He would have to come into the school.
Yeah. Meaning what?
Maybe
Give me a little more. What he's gonna have to do?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
He has to be born again.
Okay. Let me answer this question then.
So
1 minute, yeah, Mark. Ask you this question. A woman who is being abused by a man, what's the first thing she has to come to terms with? What is she going to have to do to correct her situation?
Salakia.
She has to, Salaki, sir, if I may.
Go
she
ahead.
has to first acknowledge that she's being abused.
Well,
that
I
she's
think
a victim.
if she getting punched in the head, yeah, I mean that man come on. I know she's being abused. You know what I mean? She getting, you know what I mean? She getting full out knuckle to that head. Hold on. Let me see. Somebody had said Salakia after Yanaza. Who was that?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
She has to get justice.
That's after.
Salakia.
Come on, Lav.
She gonna have to leave.
But there's something that has to be in her to leave.
Salaki, sir.
Who's the Salakia?
That was me, Cap.
Come on.
She's going to get counseling, like healing. Would
Okay.
that be like a good?
Okay, sir.
What you're saying is basically after the situation I'm talking about. Come on.
Salakia, if I could.
No. I think hold on. I think I'm Kowal. Come Kowal.
Salaki, so I'm about to say she has to like love herself and value herself enough to want to leave. Like
if I could, sir.
No, hold on. Lahab.
She gonna have to build us some courage.
That's basically what Kowal is on. But no, okay. come on, K one. You try give it a shot. What she gonna have to do?
Sir, the brothers kind of put out all the answers that I would have. Salakia, sir.
Boy, huh?
Salakia, sir. One more. Does she have to hate what she sees? Like she have to hate it?
She's gonna have to hate that man.
Yeah, that's it.
She's gonna have to hate it. She's going to have something in her. She's going to have to tell herself, yo, this ain't the situation I'm supposed to be in. That's why Christ said, what did Christ say you're going to have to do to your parents? Give me what Christ say. For you to follow him, you're going to have to do something.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
You have to hate your parents.
Give me the precept. Yes. You're going to have to, or else there's no getting out of it. Then there's always going to be an excuse for maybe I deserve it. You know what I mean? Come on.
It's Luke chapter 14 and 26.
Come on, read it. Let me hear it.
Verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother.
If any man what?
If any man come to me and hate not his father.
No, you gotta ask a Christian this. Christians say there's only what? Love in the Bible. Love. I mean, all the love and kisses in the Bible are. You gotta ask them about this scripture right here. And you're gonna see a Christian somehow take that word hate and turn it into dislike. You understand? They take that. They're gonna take that word hate. They'll try their best to take it out of it. But read on. We know what the Lord, what Christ, this is out of whose mouth? Christ's mouth, right? Yeah. And he's saying what? Read it one more time.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
That is heavy. That is what it takes to be in here. That is what it takes. You understand? That is what it takes. What's the boy named King? King is going to have to hate T.I. He's going to have to hate Tiny. He's going to have to hate his entire family and his life to become somebody brand new. Or else, guess what? He's going to be fighting his father from now till Christ come back. He's going to be fighting mommy from now till Christ come back. You understand? Like, we going to have to decide what side we're going to be on. And that's what Christ's saying. Christ is laying it out for you as best as he could. That's why the Bible say it's narrow that leadeth to what? To the path of basically righteousness, I'm paraphrasing. And wide it is the gate that leadeth to what? To hell. But it's narrow down that path. Real narrow. You understand? Ain't no twisting, ain't no turning, ain't no getting around it. You're going to have to do it. And Christ is telling you you're going to have to do it. Or else he's saying what? That you're not what? What Christ say? You're not what?
It's like it cannot be my disciple.
Yeah, you cannot be his disciple. Cannot. Right? Any more?
Allah, sir.
Okay, good. Right?
So I guess
come on.
It's some more on the Proverbs 13. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
Right. Right. No, this is not saying to what? Beat the child to death. This is saying the opposite. This is saying to the what?
You know, you can give him a couple of licks, man. You know.
Right. But is that the only thing you could do to get a child corrected?
Sir. There's a lot of ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can do it. A lot of ways you could train the child. You understand? You don't need to put your hand on your child. You understand? There's ways you could do it. You could punish him or her to get that point across, to get them to understand that, you know what I mean, if you do this, this is a repercussion. This is what's going to happen. I know you train that child mind. So now when that child grows up, he or she knows that if I do this, there is a type of repercussion that's going to come where mommy and daddy cannot save me. I'm on my own. You understand? Before that nightstick get on your skull, because you want to go there and be a criminal. You understand? Mommy and daddy gonna have to instill something in you to let you know that there's repercussions to your choices in life. All right? But you're gonna have to come in here to really get the, you know what I mean, to really be able to train your child up. You know, we don't have enough of it outside of the truth. When I say enough of it, meaning enough knowledge on how to train your child outside of here. You understand? Maybe you might be a perfect citizen in America or whatever state or whatever country, and you might be a perfect citizen there. But how do you own up to the Most High? How do you own up to the Lord? You understand? All right? You're going to have to come and learn how to serve the Lord and how to train your child to serve the Lord. Right? Any more? Did we do try did we do Proverbs 29 and 17?
So, like I said, you wanted 29 and 17?
Yeah, Proverbs.
Come on. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 17. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest.
And he shall what?
And he shall give thee rest.
Why is it saying he shall give you rest? If you correct him.
So like I said,
come on.
That when he grows older, you won't have to worry every day that your son is going to die from drug addiction and
29 and
the street.
And what again? What could happen? You're right. Peter, come on.
You don't have to worry that he's going to cause you to be looking over your shoulders too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also too, you don't have to worry about bail money.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about putting your house up for bail money, or your car up for bail money. You understand? You don't have nothing to worry about. You could, you know what I mean, you could go about living and knowing that what you put in this boy or this girl, she has enough tools necessary to live and to, you know what I mean, to live on this earth, to live in this world. But if you're not in here, you're not equipped to live in this world.
Right.
You're not equipped at all to live in this world. All right? All right. One more. Give me Deuteronomy 6. 6 and 6.
Come on.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And these words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thine heart. Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
And thou shalt do what?
Teach them diligently unto thy children.
You understand? Teach them diligently unto your children. Like these commandments, we're going to have to teach our kids what? Diligently.
That's right.
You understand? You're going to have to teach your child. When you go to the grocery, you're going to have to read these ingredients, baby girl or baby boy. You got to read it. If you have any pork ingredients, you got to put it back on the shelf. You understand? You're going to have to do this, that, the other. You ain't supposed to be smoking. Can't smoke. Can't smoke cigarettes. You can't smoke weed. You understand? You're going to have to what? Teach them. Right? Read on.
Come. And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
And shall what?
And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thy house.
All right, read on.
Come. And when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. Verse 8. And thou shalt.
That's it?
So like it, sir?
Is that it?
That was it on verse 7, sir.
Yeah, I think that's it for the for the children. You understand? Like we have to teach them. We're gonna have to, right? Now give me one more. Colossians 3 and 21. This is on point with what Bankayal. What scripture he was reading from? Ephesians. All right, this one Colossians. All right.
It's like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Should parents, should they always have like a sense of accountability for children regardless of how they turn out? Like how in the world, some parents would say, well, I did everything, I raised my child good, I was a good Christian, I didn't tell him to smoke and drink. And if that child still grows up to be a sinner, should their spirit to say, well, it's my fault, I failed that child, or should it be to blame the child? And then even with us in the truth, raising our children in the truth, trying to make them righteous brothers and sisters, if we fail, is it us? Is it should I say it's my fault?
No. With us in here is different than the Christians, right? Because Christians don't really know how to grow the children. You understand? They don't. So I won't even, you know what I mean? That child is because he or she wasn't raised up according to the Bible and the truth. So they will have to take that blame. You understand? They're gonna be all on them. In here it's different. In here, you teaching your child exactly what the Lord needs your child to learn. Now, if you're doing that, you understand? Right? I ain't talking about you in here, right? And then behind closed doors, you're smoking weed or cigarettes.
Right.
And your child seeing you, then you're really not in here.
That's right.
You understand? You're some Christian portraying to be one West. You understand? And the Lord, he gonna root you up. But if you're in here doing what the Lord say to do, and your child is in here also too, right? You're training your child. But your child decides, you know what? I do not want to go down that path of daddy or mommy. Then it ain't your fault. You wash your hands at I.S.U. You tried. You understand? Then it's out of your hand. You understand? It's out of your hand. That if he or she is 18 years old, what? I think that's the year. That's how much years that year they give you in America here, right? 18 and above. You're adult, right? Right. He or she wants to live an alternative lifestyle, right? Not in your house. You understand? You grow that. You grow him or her up to 18. And he's like, you know what? The door is right there.
That's right. Right.
And you're not on my will. You're not on anything. That's it.
Damn right.
You're gonna have to cut them off. You're gonna have to fully cut them off, so that in the future, if there's any type of what's the word? Any type of what's that word? Not reconciliation, but if there's any type of them being saved in the future, right? It's gonna be because of what you did.
That's right.
They're gonna know that daddy loved me enough not to have me doing anything around him, or mommy likewise. That's going to shame them. You understand? That child is going to have to become a bastard. All right? Now give me Colossians, and then I'll see if I get a precept on that.
Come. The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 21. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger.
Right? Let's say what? Provoke not your children to what? To anger. Right? Don't do what T.I. and Tiny did. That's why in here, right? In here, we don't do what in here to brothers and sisters.
So like I said, it's abusing.
Well, yes, but I think somebody used the word I want to hear.
You don't clown them.
We don't clown nobody in here. This ain't here. This ain't the place for that. You're gonna be in some real problems. You here trying to clown somebody inside here. You understand? And you shouldn't do that to your son or your daughter. Try to clown them in front of the whole world. You know what I mean? They didn't do this behind closed doors in the house. They do this on the internet, and the amount of followers or whatever. Everybody got to see that boy nakedness. It's shame. You full of clowning your son. You're provoking your son. Read on.
Come. Lest they be discouraged.
Lest they be what?
Be discouraged.
Be discouraged. You understand? And what does that mean? Lest he be discouraged.
Salakia, sir. If I may, they lose confidence in self-esteem.
Yes. Because now you abusing them.
Right.
You understand with your words. But you joking. And then when he begins to speak and try to stand up for himself, now you want to say it's a joke? It's beyond a joke.
Right.
It's beyond. Treat him like your son. You understand? Stop treating him like he's some trash on the side of the street where everybody could just laugh at and pass and kick and talk, mess about. You understand? And making the way he was growing up into something that was bad. Like, how many of you want your son to grow up the way you grew up? Have the life you have? You want your son growing up in the streets? No. You didn't want your son growing up in the streets. You don't want your daughter growing up in the streets because she grew up in the streets. You understand? She ain't far away from being where? In a strip club. Your son ain't far away from being where? In a cell or being on the other side, on the alternative lifestyle. You understand?
That's right.
They ain't far. So you watch what you say to your son. You watch what you say to your daughter. You watch it. You understand? We're going to have to stop this cycle that black men, young black men are in, young black sisters are in. We're going to have to stop that cycle, man. We're going to have to stop it. We're going to have to encourage brothers to grow their sons up the right way and not try to get them in the streets. You understand?
So, like, if I may, out of one.
Come on.
That's real because they push that image on us like that's what we should accept. It's like it was a movie we used to watch all the time growing up, like the 5 Heartbeats. And I think one of the lead singers, I think what's his name, Eddie Kane. And he had made it out and he went back to his mother and his dad was like, just like I thought. You know what I'm saying? He was talking trash about him because I guess he envied his position. So you know what I'm saying? So he wanted him in the same position so he wouldn't be better than him.
Yes. And that's the issue. You understand? That's the issue, and that's something we're going to get rid of in the black community, in the Hispanic and Native Indian community. It's almost to the point whereas we want to see each other fall. We want to see the worst out of each other. When it should be the opposite. We should want the best for each other. You understand? You want your son not even knowing or not even seeing what cocaine is, what weed is. You shouldn't know about that. We should be like, how did the Most High want Adam and Eve to be? You remember? Come on. Cool.
Like children, like just being obedient. Just doing what he telling them to do.
Yes.
Not trying to go slacking.
No, you're right, but I'm also speaking about Adam and Eve. You remember what how it was supposed to be? Come on.
Not knowing good and evil, not knowing what evil is,
not knowing the repercussions.
You
understand?
Yep.
They were just supposed to be told to eat this, eat that, and do it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you want your child like that. You want to grow your child up like that. Do this. Don't do this. You understand? Come on.
So what would you say to like parents who like they may not be in the hood, in the ghetto or anything like that anymore, but then they still like, I guess like usually they'll say like, oh, like they try to expose their children to certain things. Like they'll take them to the ghetto and like make them fight, or just give them a little taste of that hardship. And they'll say, just do things like, I guess trying to make them see how it was for the parents being raised. So I guess in their mind, they're trying to prepare them for the world. Is that something to expose them to that hardships or to those things that is not to wild, or is that something that you should shelter your children from altogether?
Okay. When I say shelter, what you mean by shelter?
Like keep them from, like how you said they should never even know what cocaine is. So I'm trying to get a good example, but I guess like just keeping like sheltering them from like, you know, keeping them private, like put them in private school, keeping them away from certain areas where they may, you know, they're susceptible to being influenced by drugs and gang activity because other children is around. So, you know, you have some parents who's like, no, I'm homeschooling my kids. And they ain't even ever going to see the world. Like they not, and then those children may get older and go out in the world, and then now they're getting hit with all of these things at once. That's, you know, that's more of on an extreme side, but is that something that a parent should look to? Like, should they look to homeschooling their children so that they're not being exposed to these things?
Okay, okay, that might be it might depends on the situation. So that is something someone would have to quote for counseling. Now, is homeschooling against the law? No. So you could homeschool your child, right? Well, what I'm talking about is what you put in that child. When I say what you're putting in that child, meaning the knowledge of the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Now, my question is, when you train in here, when you train to fight, right? Are we training to go and fight somebody? What are we training for?
Self-defense, sir.
Yeah. But we don't go, we don't take one of you and take you all and go through in the streets and tell you to what? Fight him.
Lie, sir.
Then why are you doing your kid that?
Good night.
You understand? You don't need to grow your kid up to teach him, you know what I mean, that life is hard. You could teach him another way. You could show him, you understand? If you don't do this, this is where you're going to be.
Just lucky.
You could type on the internet and show him this is where you're going to be in jail. You could show him videos of what could happen to him. There's enough examples. That's why when you read the Bible, it ain't like a storybook. It's a book on what? It's a manual on what?
On how to live, sir.
On how to live life.
Okay.
You understand? On life.
Sluggy, sir.
Come on, Kowal.
How much does poverty play a role in that type of logic? Meaning, rich oppressors and rich uppity black folks, they don't teach their kids how poor Negroes like us and like you gotta, you know, all these provisions you gotta give a kid 10 to 2 and don't talk like rich white kids get pulled over. They mouth off at the cops. They just jumping on track. Like they don't live with this heightened sense of security and safety. They're free. Like even rich black folks, they don't in the Baldwin Hills or the upper crust parts of Bankhead. They don't live with these type of I'm not going to say stipulations. Safety, you gotta be careful because they're gonna do this or that. They just live. Is that a poverty thing? Are we just that damn dirt poor that we don't even know how to just be just how to live? Like we just exist and survive. We don't actually live. Because I see how these rich folks raise their kids, and my God, I mean, it's just whatever. There's no stipulations and rules like that. There's no survival. Just be yourself and have fun and enjoy life.
Yeah, and that's why I say to you on either side, meaning, okay, with the Lord, is there any respect of persons?
Lie.
No. Rich and poor, we all have to do what? Follow the laws.
That's right.
You understand? That's why if a rich man ain't following the laws, right, his children is still what? Is still susceptible to what? To being what? To being killed by the oppressor. Still. You understand? He might mouth off to the oppressor. You understand? He might mouth off to the oppressor. Would that stop him from getting his skull cracked open? No. He black nonetheless. But they teach their kids a certain way. You understand? Like, okay, I ain't grew up rich. So I can't tell you how, you know what I mean? But as I say, you could see how these rich kids behave. You understand? And that's because they learn it from who? From their parents. Poor kids learn the same thing too. Rich and poor. and they don't have the right way. The right way is in here.
Right.
You understand? You come in here, you're going to learn how to train your child up the right way. You're going to be able to tell your child how to speak. You understand? You're going to make sure he knows when to open his mouth, when not to open his mouth. You understand?
That's right.
You understand, Kowal?
Wakan, sir.
You know what I mean? Like these rich people for sure. Like what's his name? T.I. He rich compared to us. You understand? His sons, for sure, talk a different way to anybody compared to a poor kid. Different. But you can clearly see that both rich and poor children, they're going on the path of what? Destruction.
Right.
Ain't no getting around it. You understand? Ain't no getting around it without this truth. Right? Give me where it speaks about lack of knowledge. I think that's is that Isaiah? I think 1 and 3. Isaiah 1 and 3.
Salaki, sir. It's Hosea 4 and 6.
Try Hosea 4 and 6. Let me see.
It is, sir. It's Hosea 4 and 6.
Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
My what?
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
All right, that's rich and poor. We destroyed for lack of knowledge. You understand? Read on.
Because they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Say that one more time.
Come. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
And that's what the Lord's saying. The Lord is saying, because you reject knowledge, I'm going to reject you.
Right.
You understand? You know how much of these rich men have to bury their children? I forget this. There was a footballer whose son has going to serve life right now because he killed his mother and father. And I think it's over a game, over a video game or some garbage like that. You understand? I don't know if you all somebody could look up that quick. But there's a footballer son who
Sergio Brown.
What does it say?
It says former NFL player Sergio Brown taken into custody in the murder of his mother.
No, that's another one. This one is I think he was either 15 or 16 or something like that. He took his father's gun and killed his father and mother while he was in bed. And then called the police and then made a report that somebody tried to rob them and kill the mother and father. Come on.
Is it
on a live, I should say, sorry.
Is it Antonio Armstrong?
Well, really sorry.
It says ex-NFLer's son Antonio A.J. Armstrong Jr. found guilty in 2016 murder of parents sentenced to life in prison.
Yeah, that more than like it says right there.
Good night.
That's it right there.
Con.
You understand? Right? Give me Exodus 21 and 15. Jeremiah, Exodus 21 and 15.
Sir. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 15. And he that smiteth his father or his mother.
He that what?
He that smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death.
Right? What does it mean, smite it?
To kill?
Kill, harm. Go ahead.
Strike. to strike, sir?
Yes, you know what I mean, to hit you. You are a child, and you trying to do what?
Hurt your parents.
Yeah, you trying to fight your father. You understand? You being king. What's the Lord saying?
So like I said, and he that smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death.
You understand? In our custom or our culture, we don't suffer a child, you know what I mean, to be what? To be evil.
Right.
You understand? We don't suffer that. Right? And when they
So
say a
like
child, come on.
So if I could, I was saying it's a heavy, and it's just sad that in the black community, like growing up, it's almost like somewhat a badge of honor to hate your father. Like it start with the mother being like a single mother, and then now you got brothers growing up like, man, I hate my father. Like, man, I do this to him, and we see all these stories, and it's like that's sad. You know, I could never imagine, but it just that's plaguing black people right now to hating their fathers to the point of wanting to kill them or unalive them.
Yeah.
Salakia.
Yep. Right. This ain't talking about you know what I mean, a 4-year-old that hitting his father, right? You all know that, right? This is basically a young teenager, somebody who knows that you're not supposed to do a strike your mother or father. You understand? Right. Right. This ain't talking about no child. You know what I mean? Like these heathens reading the Bible and seeing where I think where it speaks about giving you it speaks about something about the daughter. Forget how it goes. But the heathens, what they do is they give their 9-year-olds away to men. When that's not what the Bible is talking about. You understand? They read the Bible like it's, you know what I mean, like it's a, I don't know, like literally. Where you see a number or you see a child, you think is a child. And that's not what it's talking about. For example, bastard. What does bastard means in the Bible?
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
Like a bastard in the Bible would be like a child that was born or parents like who were how you say that they were not married, they just like had like a what do you call it, like a one night stand, like an affair, kind of like that.
That's you give me a definition that the so-called oppressor came up with.
Salaki.
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Come on.
Go ahead, Yama.
No, you got it, Giannis. Oh, you got it.
You all like this on the van? Uh-huh. Go ahead, Giannis. What's going to say?
It's a child who is rejected of his father or disowned of his father.
Yes, that's basically a bastard. Yeah, in the Bible. All right. What does it believe a bastard to be?
So like I said, an illegitimate child, like a baby born out of wedlock.
Yes, a baby born out of wedlock. When we know what sex is marriage, so it ain't out of wedlock. You married a woman, you had sex with a woman, you got a child by the woman. That's your child.
Kind of
right? All right. Come on. Anybody have it in his on the van?
So like I said, would this be like the mamzer? The word mamzer, would that be like the bastard?
Mamzer, you gotta give me a little more.
I have to get it, but I remember someone talking about mamzer, and I believed it was a bastard. It meant bastard, but I'll try to find it.
Slakia, sir. Me have it now the can. Bastard, specifically child of incest, appears only 3 times in scripture twice in the Old Testament,
Mhm.
once in the New Testament. In Deuteronomy 23:2, it probably means a child of incest, not simply an illegitimate child.
And that's in his Zondervan, right?
Can one cancer?
Yeah, so that we wouldn't even, that's not even meant, right? So let's not go by that definition. Let's go by what the Bible's saying. Go to the scripture you're talking about.
Salagi, sir, I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even
Right,
to his
bastard. A bastard. What's a bastard? Right? So and this is what your Christians, these were they're famous for. Right? They're famous for doing things like this. What's a bastard? Somebody said it just a while ago.
So like I said, go ahead, sir.
A child that was disowned by his father.
Yeah. Right? It had nothing to do with what they call it? With having a child out of wedlock. Right?
Right.
Because who was a bastard? Who's the first bastard you know about in the Bible? First one.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Is it Esau?
Okay, recorded one.
Would it be Cain?
So
Would it be Cain, sir?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Cain.
Salakia.
Come on.
Is it Ishmael?
Ishmael. Yeah, it was Ishmael, right? Because what? Remember, Ishmael, mother, and Ishmael himself, the Lord told Abraham to do what?
Lucky, sir.
Uh-huh.
Because remember Abraham, he didn't mind, like he wanted to keep the boy. The Lord, the angels tell him to get rid of him. So was it like secondhand bastardism? Like maybe the Lord had to tell him to get rid of him because Abraham would have just kept the nigga around.
Okay, Abraham was keeping him around because of what he learned.
Right.
You understand? But his wife was telling him to get rid of these two because of the ill treatment that the wife was receiving, Sarah was receiving.
Right.
So the Lord had to come to Abraham and tell him, yo, hearken unto your wife.
Oh,
that's why the Lord said what? Don't worry, he gonna get blessed too, but he ain't your son. That's why with these Arabs trying to claim Abraham, they have no claim to Abraham. Abraham disowned what's his name? Isaac. He was
Ishmael.
a bastard.
Right.
I mean Ishmael. You understand? He disowned Ishmael. He sent Ishmael on his way, packing with his mother. Get out. That's it.
Yeah, right.
You understand? That has nothing to do. Go ahead.
Slocky, I got what I understand now. It was kind of confusing for a second because Ishmael got blessed though. He got like 12 he got like, we see him now.
Yes.
And it was prophesied that he would have he got blessed though. Most bastards, they just get the hell out of here. They cast off.
Right.
Yes. All right. So a bastard is just a child that a father he does not want. Right? And when he say doesn't want, it's because of what happened to Ishmael, or it could be a child that just evil or bad. Wicked. And he's like, yo, get the hell out of here. You understand? Get out. You have a son who wants to go down that lifestyle. You're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to tell him, yo, you're gonna have to depart from here. And say, 18 out of here. Ain't none of that going on in my house. That's it. You want to do that BS? 18 years, you out of here. You go do it. Right. Not in here. You got to take your name, your reputation off of him. I do not have a son. I don't know who you are. You know what I mean? Shalom. You don't have to do it, or else you're gonna mean some problems or aqua.
So like, sir.
Come on, go ahead.
So like, if
Go
I
ahead.
could just to kind of piggyback of what you've been saying, breaking down the word, and also obviously Yarmak was saying it does come from the Hebrew word. You know what they translate as mamzer. I gotta get the pronunciation from Officer Hazanab. I'm not sure Mamazar or Mamzar, but it says from an unused root meaning to alienate. So the Hebrew word literally means to alienate someone.
Right. So that's all it means, basically. It's like you saying, no, you are not my son because of whatever. You understand? Whatever you did.
Like I said.
So
I got two questions if I could. They kind of go hand in hand. The first one is, at what, like, I know it's probably not a specific age, but around what time would you know or consider disciplining your children physically, like a spanking? I know it's like it's not a specific age, but is it something you should look for or get counsel on? Or
yeah, that's something you may have to get counsel on, and it's also something where you could where you will know when, you know what I mean, when it is. You ain't gonna do it to a 2-year-old. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Put your hand on a 2-year-old don't make no sense, because he or she doesn't understand what the hell you hitting her for. To her, you playing. Right. You know what I mean? You might be playing. You understand what I'm saying? So there's something you can get counseling on. You know what I mean? And there are ways where you don't really have to put your hand on them. You can have him stand up there or her stand up there with water bottles in the hand. For 5 minutes, stand right in the corner, face the corner, stand there. Or you take that favorite toy away from them.
Sir. And
come on.
The second question is, like, for a brother, like, let's say you got a child that you gotta spank. He old enough and you gotta spank him because he knows it. But let's say you're your wife. What if you have a rib who was like extremely like, no, you know, don't hit him, don't pop her, I don't want you disciplining her at all. But you know, and it now becomes a conflict between you and her. Like, she doesn't want you disciplining, but you know that you have to. How, as a brother, as a man, like, you know,
is it sister in school?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, okay, yeah.
If she is in school, and you all have disagreements, what you should do?
Go to counsel.
Yeah, that's it. That's all, and you go figure out how you had to go about. You know what I mean? You'll get the right counsel on how to go about dealing with that child. You understand? Like you meet a bump in the road, and that's the nice thing about the school. About this school, you meet a bump in the road where two of you all just, you know what I mean, meeting head on. To ain't no sweat. Let's go to counsel on this and get this stuff right. Because my daughter, I do not want to be 10, 15 years from now, and my daughter is in a strip club. Or my daughter is, you know what I mean, on her fourth man. You understand? Because I ain't correct her. Or she have cigarette or, you know what I mean, weed or something in her, you know what I mean, doing something that's going to aggravate the Lord because I failed to do my job. You do not want that. You want to be able to be someone who could look back and analyze that you tried everything with this child. And the child just ain't listening. That child is just, you know what I mean, a bastard. Well, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? Come on.
No, it's like it. So I don't need to ask the second question.
Okay, sure. Okay. Where we at now?
Okay, so I got a quick. Oh,
come on.
I got a question. This might be, I don't know if on topic, about Christmas gifts. So I haven't been through this in years, but just to draw memory. So if a mother-in-law, usually, or grandparents that are not in the truth, they'll try to, you know, get the grandkids something for Christmas. And of course, they know your stance on, we don't celebrate Christmas, right? Let's say hypothetically, my mother or whoever's mother or father tries to sneak some damn Christmas gifts in the house, and your wife gets weak, or one of your wives or whoever the hell it is gets weak, and you find those Christmas gifts in the house.
Bring it to me.
Come on.
I'm messing with you, man. No.
I'm saying, like, as far as like, I'm gonna say Cap gonna burn them. I mean, is it wrong just to throw them in the damn trash? I ain't saying, or just be like, oh hell no.
This is as a father, this is what I would like to see.
Okay.
I would like my child to get it and bring it to me. Or for my child to get it and say, Daddy, I'm gonna put this in the trash.
Got you.
You understand? If their aunt or their grandmother try to give them a Christmas gift. You understand?
Now this is
right?
Specifically like, not, of course we know Christmas is the so-called their Christmas on December 25th. So like Christmas Day, but like, let's say it's because I know it's not wrong with giving a person a gift anytime, but they got it wrapped up in damn Christmas wrapping. Or the spirit behind it, it's a Christmas gift, because they said, I'm gonna get them this, and they bring it to you on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and they show up with it. Is it wrong to kick them the hell out, or just to give it? No, you're not giving that to my child type of vibe. Or like you said, you want to see the child just bring it to you. I know a lot of people. I've seen those questions pop up. A lot of people are going to struggle with that. Just how they. I might burn the damn thing.
First off, you understand? If the parent, as I said, some of these things you're gonna really have to get counseling on, but just for one scenario, right? The family member brings it to you wrapped up in Christmas wrapper, right? You could open it yourself, take the paper off it, and say, you know what, I'm gonna give them this, later on. I'm not giving them it right now. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Now you in charge of what comes into that house, what goes out of that house. You understand what I'm saying? But if he or she wants to sneak it behind you, you may have to you may have to put your foot down. You may have to show that family member that you are not going to what's the scripture I'm looking for?
Deuteronomy about consent. If anybody
it's a gift, right? What is the Bible say about a yes? You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna have to show that family member this gift mean nothing to you. But if he or she wants to respect how you bring your household up, then give me the gift. Give me everything. And I'll decide who gets what, or how they're gonna get it, or when they're gonna get it.
Come on.
You understand?
So like you said,
come on.
So just to make sure I'm clear here. So if the grandparent or the auntie or something, buy the child a PS5, I don't have to throw it in the trash. Is that correct, sir? Like I can't.
You don't have to, but you could give it back to the auntie and say, "Nah, we good."
But so like so, just to make sure I'm clear, I also can take it and just not give it to them as a Christmas gift. I can make sure there's no Christmas wrapping and put it up in the closet, you know what I'm saying, for a while.
Yeah. And then make them earn it.
Most High in Christ.
Count on.
You understand? Make them earn it. Now you deciding on what's going on in your house. You ain't like no aunt decide whether your son gonna celebrate Christmas, and she could talk that mess about I bought the PS5 for your Christmas. Your aunt didn't buy no PS5 for your Christmas, son. I don't know what she talking about.
That's
and
right.
If she wants to continue with that, brother, call, get counsel. But I'll tell you, throw that PS5 out. Oh, you bought this for them for Christmas. Okay. Out. Toss it out the door with her right behind. They drop right behind her foot, in front of her foot. You know what I mean? Or his foot.
To be in the spirit.
Okay.
So like I said, if let's say you're dealing with somebody, if you're dealing with somebody who has that kind of spirit where they might try to pull something. I bought the PS5 or whatever. Like if you know you're dealing with that kind of person, would it also be rob if Concert, but
go
what
ahead.
if I sell it?
You could sell it, yeah,
and then buy something different. Like I unwrap it and I go sell it or whatever, and I buy some totally other gift. It'd be like, I bought the PS5. What PS5?
Right.
Ain't no PS5. That's what.
To me, it's a wow.
Yeah.
Once, okay, and this is what I'm saying. You may have a call to get counsel. I'm just saying it based off of what you're telling me, right? Now, each situation might be different. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas, you know what I mean, you your family member come to understanding or accept the fact that you're in the truth, you don't celebrate Christmas. You understand? So now if that's the case, then it's, you know what I mean, you could work around how you're going to deal with your kids. How you going to deal with your kids. You understand what I'm saying? So you could tell the aunt up front, if you're going to buy a PS5, you might be wasting your money. Or the uncle or whoever. That's right.
So like it, sir.
Because I might get it and I might sell it. I do not want my kids to have a PS5 or, you know what I mean, you just have to deal with it. You just have to be in control of that house. What does the Bible say about getting into a strong man house? What will have to happen?
You have the first bind.
Yes, and binding up that strong man is them doing what? Trying to sneak a gift in on Christmas Day for your kids. You know what I mean? They're trying to do something around your back. You understand? And thinking it's going to, you know what I mean, it's going to end well. All right? Come on, somebody's going to say something.
Not so like this, Officer Laha. I was gonna say, I mean, you if you stay in here long enough, they know that that's not even a thing to even come around with. You know, after a while, you know, that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, it's rare. I never really heard about it going on like that. Once they know you're in the truth and they know your stance on Christmas, but if it is, you know what I mean, you gonna have to take control of the, you know what I mean, situation, meaning call and get counsel. Ain't no reason to, you know what I mean, knock nobody upside the head or something for it. Just call and get counsel on how to go about dealing with it, because as I say, each matter might be a separate, you know what I mean, matter. All right, come on.
Yeah, I never experienced it myself, you know what I mean, but I just do know, like, as you know, we know that, like you were saying, Zion was saying in the beginning of class, like, you know, we kind of, people in the world, you know what I'm saying, when they see you change and coming into this truth, they hate it. Right. They absolutely hate it. And so the little things, it be like bothering them that you don't indulge in whatever nonsense they doing. And to them, you know, because they Christian, it's like, well, I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, and then they always pull this one. Like, oh, well, I mean, you celebrated Christmas. You was a kid. You used to love Christmas. You used to love, you know, getting birthday presents. So why you want to, you know, change that, you know, now? Why you want to be different now? So, you know what I mean? Like, if I could, I just remember telling my grandmother, like, when my son was born, you know, I was just like, you know, like, y'all can buy him all the gifts you want. Make it easier for me. But just don't send him nothing for no birthday. Don't send him nothing for no Christmas.
That's right.
None of that. You know, and they never did it. But I'm just saying, but I do know when I told them that, there was definitely like a, oh, come on. I mean, you mean I can't send a little Christmas? I'm like, nope, don't do it. And I threatened saying I would throw it in the garbage. Really, because I just don't want them to even think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But like, yeah.
Yes, that's how. I mean, that's the extreme you're gonna have to go for them to understand. You know what I mean? Well, how to say that? Yeah, how T.I. son say he's stand on what? I forget the word he used.
Business.
Yeah. So he stand on business. You understand? Yeah. You know what I mean? You send any gifts in here on those days, it's going in the trash.
That's right.
I shall take a picture of it. You know what I mean? It could be a PS5. It's going in the trash. Right. In the sun. And ain't nobody gonna spend going to take the chance and spend $500 on something.
Right.
You know
So like I said,
that could end up in the trash. Go ahead.
So that's a quick question on the topic. With that being said, also too, and also, going with the spirit of things, making sure we're not in the spirit of the world, and we're not doing anything, that has the appearance of evil as well. And also, if you could just kind of just give a breakdown on that too, like exactly what is the appearance of evil? Because, like, okay, let's say there's a Christmas sale. There's a giant, I go to the website, Amazon, and it says Christmas sale. Get your favorite Christmas, everything you need for Christmas today for 75% off.
Right.
And they got the PS5 for $150. I said, well, damn, that's a good deal. But they're literally advertising it like, get it for Christmas. All about Christmas today. Is it out of the spirit for me to be like, well, I mean, I'm not buying it for Christmas, but I kind of want that deal. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. You going for the deal.
Come
on. Yeah, so I'm saying, in here, we know you're going for the deal. It's the same thing like with Black Friday. You understand? You don't support Black Friday. You don't do it. But if there's a deal that you can get some equipment or something that you could use for the school, or something for the house, whatever. You understand? You're not doing it because you're supporting. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just one of those days where your oppressor now, he tries to, get you to, spending money basically. And have good deals. Yeah, I'm taking the deals. Ain't no pork up in this house. Ain't no jingle bells. Ain't ain't nothing like that up in this house.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
So lock it,
so
sir.
I'll take that deal. Come on. And give me the scripture you're talking about, Tabo 1.
Come on, sir.
So lock it, sir. Did you see what them fake Israelites group did on Facebook?
Oh man, who had that video? Quick.
Good night.
Good night.
Come on. Oh my God.
Who had that video? Quick.
I could probably get it, sir.
You talking about that Thanksgiving video?
Yes.
That was cool.
I got the scripture. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Go ahead.
So this is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil.
What?
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Right, all appearance of evil. You know what it's like? You know them e-cigarette, right? Is e-cigarette smoking?
That's a damn lie.
Huh? Yes, it is. You understand? But people are gonna be like, it's not cigarette, it's not this. You understand? That's what the Bible says. Abstain from what? All appearance. So the Bible says abstain from it. That is smoking to me and to the brothers in the school. That is smoking. Right? And this is, you won't have to abstain from it. No, put it back on the screen. Put it back on the screen. Abstain from it. Yeah. Abstain from that.
That's right.
And that is the appearance of what? Read it one more time.
Sir. This book of It's the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil.
From all appearance of evil. All. You can't be sitting down and showing videos on what? On Thanksgiving and saying we're gonna have to what? What you say we're gonna have to play the video. To what of this is why I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated. Yes. Put a disclaimer on them jokers. Go ahead, play it.
We're not upholding any of that. We're changing the meaning of this day because we are beginning now to destroy it. All right. So anybody saying that we're worshiping Thanksgiving or we're uplifting the murder of Native Americans, that's a damn lie. We're not upholding any of that. We're changing the meaning of this day because we are beginning now to destroy the idols out of the land. We have no respect or no love for any fucking Thanksgiving. This is YAHANNA Day. And every day that we celebrate, we're going to do this in remembrance of him. All right. So we might as well show you the spread. All right.
Might as well.
And if y'all like, you can send me what y'all cooking. We're gonna show y'all what we getting ready to eat on. All right. Shalom. What we got here? We got some roast. What is that?
That's turkey.
Just skip through it.
Turkey. All right. Pepper bacon at that.
The pork roast.
What? Wait, there? Pepper what?
This
Now they got pork in there.
It's like he said,
this is corn with bacon.
Corn with bacon.
We got yellow corn with bacon, pepper bacon at that, and black pepper. All right. Coming on around.
I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt.
This is cut up pork roast.
I ain't gonna trim under the bus, but pepper bacon. Trim under the bus.
Nah, it get worse. It get worse.
It get what?
gets worse.
It
gets worse. He's about to say it, sir.
Let me take my glasses off for this one now. Go ahead.
What's this right here?
That is the pork roast.
This is cut up pork roast.
Oh,
That's the beef roast.
Cut up beef roast. And this is my world famous. Look at that ham right there. Y'all see that? Y'all see that there? Do y'all see that there? All right. That's that. Y'all see that there? Do y'all see that there? All right. Y'all see that there? Do y'all see that there? All right. That's that ham. That ham was marinated in Coca-Cola for about 2 straight days.
Okay,
Got my own private glaze on there. All right.
That's enough. I'm gonna throw up.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw up. They take it all the way off the screen. now y'all gonna have to make sure you all burn incense in them schools because you don't show pork on the screen in the school here. Good night.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
So would that right there be like a perfect example? I mean, even though they eating straight up pork and all of that, but before we even get to the pork, even if they wasn't eating no actual pork, right? Let's say everything on the table was turkey this and beef this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they're taking this, they're really celebrating Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's really what they're doing.
Yes, that's it.
They're celebrating Thanksgiving. Would that be a perfect exemplar of the scripture where it says flee from all appearance of evil? Because you're trying to dress it up, but really you are sinning.
That's right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when it says flee from all appearance of evil, it's you just, you know what I mean? Like you're sinning at the end of the day. Is that fair to say?
Yes, you are. Because that's what they're doing. It's a difference if the brothers got around and we just having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And we eating. You know what I mean? He went in to say they're not celebrating Thanksgiving and doing this. There's a day that's for the Lord. What do Christians say? What do Christians say about Thanksgiving? Come on.
Oh, so like I said, it's time for family getting together and just
Yeah, they use it. They say something. They say something else in place of it. It's like saying like Planned Parenthood is not abortion. You ever hear them say that?
Right.
No, I know what you're talking about. So I can't think of the phrase, but I know what you're talking about. So like
yeah, Planned Parenthood.
Call it.
Yeah, so they're just saying something, but they're not actually using the definition of it. But it's the same thing. Same exact thing. They're celebrating Thanksgiving, but they're doing it under the cloak of saying what? This is the Lord's day. Well, bastard, the Lord already gave you days to celebrate. Why are you creating another day for the Lord?
Right.
The Lord don't need you to create a day for him.
Right.
This the Lord we serve ain't Allah or Buddha. The Lord we have already give us days to celebrate. Right? Give me where it says where it says I hate and despise your feast days. I think that's Amos 5.
It's Amos 5 and 21, sir.
Yeah, Amos 5 and 21. and then he full out eating pork. I think these are just brothers. I don't know, boy. What group is that?
Salakia.
House of Pork. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I could try to see the shirt, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. That they look like House of Pork or something. You know what I mean? Says the amount of bacon, almost everything. He had all the abomination, more abomination than lawful inside there eating.
It's like, sir, ain't they Sakari?
I don't know, but all I could tell you is that ain't us, and that's why we have a disclaimer on all our videos. You
Damn
understand?
right.
We're not affiliated with no Hebrew Israelite group, none whatsoever.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Really, they just those individuals they just gave up and they just say, look, we're gonna just say that we believe in this, but we really just gonna switch it up. We're gonna do whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw the whole Bible. We're gonna just throw the Bible away.
Yeah.
Salakia says ROI.
ROI. I don't know. That sounds like some, I don't know, a Bible group.
Real observance of Israel. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but they ain't us. You know what I mean? They're clearly celebrating Thanksgiving. There's always like check any group that left out of the UPK. They leave out because their leader is trying to bring something in in the Bible.
Salagi, sir.
Come on.
And if I said this on the post when I seen this, but you know, and the funny thing is, they'll talk down on the I.S.U.P.K. or talk about us like, oh, we so arrogant. But this shows that this I like this because it shows this is really the home of the truth.
Damn right.
Because the rest of these fake Israelites, they can't say nothing. You know why? Because they're gonna be at a unity camp with these Negroes come this summer. They're gonna be sitting up at a table and someone's gonna pass them the pork roast. And you know what I mean? And what they gonna say? You at a unity camp with them, you say it's all good. We should all join and be friends, you know, at the unity camp. But the only people that ain't at the unity camp is I.S.U.P.K. because we stand on what? On business.
Right.
Yeah.
We stand on business. I ain't sitting next to no Negro, you know what I mean, that talk about he an Israelite, but he eating pork and talking about how a shy day.
So I want to talk to you about pork and bread. Right. You know what I mean? Brother, what is that smelling?
It's that ham marinated from Coca-Cola.
Ah, man, it's ridiculous. But who are that scripture?
Y'all seen the? Oh, sorry.
You got it, Kumapa.
Come, sir. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. I despise your feast days.
What's the Lord saying?
And I will not smell from the top.
What's the Lord saying? The Lord saying, I what?
I hate. I despise your feast days.
Your
and I will
feast
not.
days. What's your feast day? A day you created and saying it's for the Lord. That's your feast day. That had nothing to do with the Lord. You understand? And the Lord hates it. And he what? He will not what? Read Mapa.
Come, sir. And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
The Lord don't want to smell your pork, Ark. Yuck. May the Lord vomit on that table. You understand? May the Lord take a big puke on that table that you're eating with all that pork. And you know what I mean? You're better stop playing with the Lord when it comes to, you know what I mean, saying you're an Israelite and trying to open that Bible and then doing everything that's against what's in that book. Stop playing with the Lord. You understand? Anymore? I think that was it on that, right? Cole, what you was going to say?
Slocky, he mentioned something about pouring Coke on the ham. I saw a video where they pour Coca-Cola on pork and worms come out. Maggots.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's basically what he's trying to tell you. His pork clean. You know, son. When you know what I mean, it's nasty. Yuck. Just talking about it making me feel the throat. Ugh. Yeah. Anything again? Any questions before I leave? I think somebody put up Isaiah 66 and 17. What is that? Who wants to get it and read it?
Salag, I think that's from the brother. He's in the class, young man Allen. If you wanted to ask a question, you could just unmute yourself.
Yeah, he could unmute if you want to ask a question.
Nah, I was just agreeing with you guys. That's about hold on, I got it pulled up right here.
Eating pork.
They sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
Yes, that's a good one. All right, but the only problem is these MFs, you understand, not behind a tree. They're doing it where?
On Facebook.
They're in the house.
They're doing it publicly. They're doing it in public.
Right.
They ain't open. At least these know that what? They had to hide and do it. They're thinking that the Lord ain't seeing it. But the Lord's seeing them doing it. You understand? They're on the internet publicly eating swine flesh. But Lord will deal with them on that BS. You understand?
Right.
But that's a good one. That's a good precept. Isaiah 66 and 17.
Common concept.
All right. Any more? I know what's the time? Oh, we over the time right now. All right. If there's no more, then what's your course again? I'm a pass before I pass the class. Brothers and sisters, if you're out there listening to the class, right? If you want to if you're trying to join with us, right, make sure and put your name and the city you're signing in from, and the brother's gonna get your name on that roll. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Just put your names in, type in where you're from, and we're gonna get you, you know what I mean, locked in on the roll. All right. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna pass the class to priest and officer Bankayal.
Up. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to Captain I.S.U.P.K. Men of Israel, Majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh
Shai Brakatam.
Yada Matah, hands down. Sar, turning face to sisters. Sisters are Majim. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to our sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, and Majim, Barak, Yahweh Most High Christ, Yada Matah, hands down. Yeshua means to be seated. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, Book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th. In the Hebrew, it's pronounced ma'ashara. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. The priest funds a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation, we have Hanukkah, December the 7th, which is this upcoming Thursday of next week. First Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. The 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. We also have the Lord's, was it 55th annual Passover coming up, April 20th. Pay your Passover fund, pay your Passover fee of $200, every adult 17 and up, all right? And with that, class dismissed.